The market for small electric cars is growing quickly, but arguably none have been more important than this. Welcome to the new Volkswagen ID Polo. Now, if you're expecting a different name, you won't be alone. This car was previewed by the ID.2 all concept car and was previously known as ID.2, but for production, it's taken the Polo name. And that decision should tell you everything you need to know about how important this car is to VW. Now, in the maker's lineup, it'll sit underneath the ID.3 and it'll face rivals including the Peugeot e-208, MG4 Urban and Renault 5. But how did it stack up against those rivals and what are the key stats? Keep watching to find out. Now, as you can see, there is a family resemblance between this ID Polo and its larger ID siblings, but something that's new is this full-width light bar which runs across the front of the car and the illuminated VW badge. And at the rear, you'll find the same thing, again, with an illuminated VW badge. Now, underneath, the ID Polo takes plenty of parts from the collective Volkswagen Group parts bin, and that means it shares most of its components with other cars, including the Cupra Raval and Skoda Epiq. And if those cars are anything to go by, the ID Polo should be good to drive. And don't just think reusing those parts is a cost-saving measure, because it does mean that this car should have a very keen entry-level price, around £21,000. And while that'll apply to the most basic entry-level version, it means that this electric car will be more affordable for more people. That low price will likely apply to the entry-level Polo, which will come with a 114 brake horsepower electric motor sending its power to the front wheels. It'll draw energy from a battery with a usable capacity of 37 kilowatt hours. Next up is the 133 brake horsepower model, which also gets a larger 52 kilowatt hour battery, which has an official range of 283 miles. That's more than any version of the Fiat Grande Panda Electric or Renault 5 can handle. There's also a 208 brake horsepower model if you want more pep, or for hot hatch levels of performance, there's the ID Polo GTI, which we don't have many details about yet, but we do know that it'll offer 223 brake horsepower. Every ID Polo will come with the same suspension setup, and it strikes a good balance between comfort and control. How long it'll take to charge your ID Polo depends on which battery you go for. If you go for the smaller battery, you can charge at a peak rate of 90 kilowatts, and that means a 10 to 80% charge will take about 27 minutes if you find and are able to use the fastest chargers. Go for the larger battery and that figure drops to 23 minutes because that battery can charge at a higher peak rate of 130 kilowatts. You don't sit very high up inside the ID Polo. This is no SUV, but it's still easy to see out of, and that's especially true here in the front. It's easy to see where the end of the bonnet is, and these slim windscreen pillars and this large front glass area makes it easy to see out at junctions. Small windows restrict your view out of the back, but most versions should come with at least rear parking sensors, while top-end models will get a front sensor as well, plus a 360-degree camera. We really like the use of materials here inside the ID Polo. It feels a real cut above what you'll find in the Renault 5. There's a nice use of fabric on top of the dashboard here, and the hard plastics you will find are hidden quite low down. In front of you sits this new 10.3-inch digital driver's display, and it's so much better than the tiny screens you'll find on other ID models. It's very intelligent too. You've got different views to put things like the sat-nav map right in front of you, and if you're a fan of retro tech, there's also a button here that changes the whole thing into a retro-inspired dashboard, so you can make your modern electric car feel like an early Volkswagen. Here in the rear seats, you might be surprised at the amount of space you'll find in the ID Polo. I'm pretty big and tall, and I've got plenty of head and leg room, and my feet sit comfortably under the edge of the seat in front of me. And that's a byproduct of the ID Polo's size, because despite carrying the Polo name, its wheelbase isn't actually that much shorter than the current Volkswagen Golf. Certainly compared with the Grande Panda or Renault 5, the space back here is practically palatial, but there are limits. Sitting three adults side by side on this rear bench is going to be a squeeze, but it'll probably be better than what you'll find in most other small electric cars, and at least there's this fully flat floor, so everybody has somewhere to put their feet.
We all love getting a new car, but keeping on top of the admin, that's often a bit of a faff. And that's why we've launched My WhatCar. Think of it as your own free personal car assistant that puts everything in one place. So you get personalised reminders for your MOT, tax and servicing, exclusive offers and benefits, plus trusted advice on things like insurance and breakdown cover. In short, it completely takes the hassle out of looking after your car. Hit the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen to sign up for free today.
In the ID Polo's boot, you'll find 435 litres of storage space. That's again more than you'll find in the Grande Panda or the Renault 5. In fact, it's only a little way short of what you'll find in the Renault Megane. And in our test, that car managed to swallow an impressive 7 carry-on suitcases, so your airport luggage isn't likely to pose a problem. And if you need somewhere to store your charging cables, there's a whole extra section here underneath the boot floor. It's too early for the ID Polo to have been crash tested by the safety experts at Euro NCAP, but Volkswagen will be aiming for that highly coveted 5-star safety rating. The ID Polo is available with all of the latest safety kit, and the Life trim level, which is likely to be one of the big sellers here in the UK, comes with adaptive cruise control, a system which will stop you driving out into traffic, and a mirror which automatically dips to avoid you being dazzled by bright headlights at night. Likewise, we won't be able to tell you how reliable the ID Polo is for some time, but Volkswagen has some catching up to do in this area because the ID.3 was found to be one of the least reliable electric cars, according to the results of the 2025 WhatCar reliability survey. As for a warranty, the ID Polo is expected to offer the same as the ID.3, which would mean a 3-year, 60,000 mile warranty. That's fairly typical by the standards of the class, but it doesn't match what's offered by the likes of Kia, which offers a 7-year warranty. What we can tell you already is that we're quite excited to drive the ID Polo because we've already driven a prototype version, and if that car was anything to go by, this small EV could be pretty special indeed. In the mid-range version we drove, we found peppy performance and a real-world range which should make the ID Polo very usable, whether your journeys are usually long or short. We especially like the prototype's brakes, which were the best judge of any recent VW model we've tried, and didn't have some of the jerkiness you find in some other electric cars. And while we think the Alpine A290 will have the edge in terms of handling, we still enjoyed the feeling of hustling the ID Polo along flowing roads. Its steering is nicely weighted and there's a decent amount of front-end grip. We've also driven the ID Polo's sporty sibling, the Cupra Raval, in prototype form, this time in the most powerful 223 brake horsepower guise, and it's proved to be great fun. Of course, what Volkswagen really needs to get right with the ID Polo is the price. After all, part of the objective here is to make sure that as many people as possible can afford to buy one. Volkswagen hasn't revealed that price officially, but we're expecting the entry-level ID Polo to cost from around £21,000. That's very tempting, and what could sweeten the deal even more is news that the ID Polo should also qualify for the government's electric car grant, which shaves another £1,500 off the list price. We're looking forward to driving the ID Polo and to find out what it's like, as well as what all the other cars coming in 2026 and beyond are like to drive. Be sure to subscribe. The ID Polo will arrive later this year with that very tempting price tag. Certainly, all things considered, it's shaping up to be a very interesting entrant into the small electric car market. We're looking forward to driving the ID Polo, and when we do, you'll hear our thoughts first on the YouTube channel, as well as all of our thoughts on all of the other new cars coming in 2026. So to hear those first, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see another one, click up there. And if you want to learn more about the ID Polo, as well as read our reviews on every new or used car you can think of, click there to go to WhatCar.com.